Good morning, boys and girls. I'm Miss Kaylee, and today we're going to be reading the book Farmer Duck. And we're going to be reading it twice. We're going to be reading it one time in Spanish and one time in English. The Spanish version is going to be off of YouTube, and I will physically read the version in English. So to start, I'm going to ask you guys, can you predict what's going to happen in the story based off of the cover? Taylor, do you have any ideas as to what could be happening in the book based off of this cover?
I predict that the book's going to be about a duck that is a farmer.
Okay. Well, let's read to find out. We're going to start with the English version. Okay, so Farmer Duck. There once was a duck who had the bad luck to live with a lazy old farmer. The duck did the work and the farmer stayed in bed all day. Sorry, what is this one? The duck fetched the cow from the field. "How goes the work?" called the farmer. The duck answered, "Quack." The duck brought the sheep from the hill. "How goes the work?" called the farmer. The duck answered, "Quack." The duck put the hens in their house. "How goes the work?" called the farmer. The duck answered, "Quack." The farmer got fat through staying in bed, and the poor duck got fed up with working all day. "How goes the work?" Quack. 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 Soon the poor duck grew sleepy and weepy and tired. The hens and the cows and the sheep got very upset. They loved the duck. So they held a meeting under the moon, and they made a plan for the morning. "Moo," said the cow. "Bah," said the sheep. "Cluck," said the hens. And that was the plan. It was just before dawn, and the farmyard was still. Through the back door and into the house crept the cow and the sheep and the hens. They stole down the hall. They creaked up the stairs. They squeezed under the bed of the farmer and wriggled about. The bed started to rock and the farmer woke up, and he called, "How goes the work?" And "Moo, bah, cluck." They lifted his bed and started to shout, and they banged and they bounced, and the farmer about and about and about, right out of bed. And he fled with the cow and the sheep and the hens, mooing and baaing and clucking around. Down the lane, moo, through the fields, baa, over the hill, and he never came back. The duck awoke and waddled wearily into the yard, expecting to hear, "How goes the work?" But nobody spoke. Then the cows and the sheep and the hens came back. "Quack," said the duck. "Moo," said the cow. "Baa," said the sheep. "Cluck," said the hens, which told the duck the whole story. The mooing and the baaing and the clucking and the quacking, they all set to work on their farm. And that is the end of Farmer Duck. So now we're going to listen to Farmer Duck in Spanish.
Y Helen Oxenberry. Había una vez un pato que tenía la mala suerte de vivir con un cierto viejo granjero perezoso.
So now we have read Farmer Duck in English and Spanish. Can I have a volunteer raise their hand and say if their predictions were right or not? Yes, your predictions were right. The duck in the book was the farmer, and the farmer was lazy, which this is obviously not typically ideal. In real life, we would have the person would be the farmer, and he would get the crops out of the field, but in the book, it was all the ducks doing. But in real life, we know that the ducks would obviously not be able to do this, and the farmer would have to be the one doing this, and it's probably not going to be by hand. There's a lot of machines now that we use, and that makes it a lot easier, and we can have a better yield of crop based off of all of our machines and modern technology. So now we are going to play a game. The first game we are going to be playing is a sequence game. So I have some cards over here. And basically what these cards are is they have some things written out that happened in the story. They're all mixed up, and I'm going to separate you guys into groups, and in your groups you are going to put them in order of what happened in sequential order. So what happened first, what happened second, what happened third, what happened fourth, what happened fifth. So I'm going to go pass these cards out to the groups and split you guys up into groups. So I'm going to have you 5 work together in this group over here, and I'm going to have you 2 group with this pair of 3, and then you can be a group of 5, and you guys can be a group of 5. So now I'm going to pass out your cards. The cards are written in English, and underneath is the Spanish definition, or the Spanish form. Okay, so in your guys' groups, I've already told you what you're going to do, but I'm going to go ahead and read off what the different cards read so that everybody knows. So, this card that I have right here says, the duck fetched the cow from the field. My next card says, the farmer laid in bed all day. My next card says, the animals chased the farmer away. The next card says, the hens, cows, and sheep got angry. The next one says, the hens, cows, and sheep held a meeting. Okay, so how it's going to work is that you guys are going to do that, and whichever group finishes first gets a point for their team, because we're going to play another game. So go ahead and start your game. Okay, all the groups are now finished, and I'm going to go look over and see if you guys got them all right. Good job, group number 1. You guys finished, and you guys got them all right. So there's 1 point for your team. Let me write that down. Okay, group number 2. Let me look at yours. Very good job. Let me write down a point for you guys. Okay, group 3. Okay, yours is close. You guys just mixed up the meeting and they got angry because they got angry first and then they had the meeting. They didn't have the meeting first and then get angry. That's okay. Next group. Let me see your guys's. Okay, good job. And the next group. Good job. Okay. You guys did really good. You were really helpful of your teammates and respectful of your teammates. So we will get to play another game. This is a true-false game. And you guys are going to stay in your same groups. I'm going to hand each of you guys a whiteboard and a marker and an eraser. What you're going to do on the whiteboard is I'm going to say something that either did or did not happen in the book. So for instance, I might say the main character in the book was a dog. Well, if you think that's true, you're going to write a T on your whiteboard, and if you think it's false, you're going to write an F on your whiteboard. So let me go ahead and pass each group out a whiteboard, a marker, and an eraser. So there's for group 1. Can someone come get yours from group 2? There you go. Group 3, can someone grab it? Thank you. Group 4. Okay, and the other last group. Okay. So, excuse me. This one is how we're going to do it is whoever holds up their whiteboard first, I'll look at it. If they're right, they get a point. If they're wrong, they do not get a point. And whoever has the most points at the end of this and with the other one, the last game combined, they will be the winners for today. Okay, I'm just writing down all the groups. Okay, first question, first statement. The duck was lazy, true or false? Okay, group 2, go ahead. You were the first to raise your whiteboard. That is correct. It was false. Everybody else, did you guys? Yes, you all had false. Okay, the rest of the questions have been read off. Let me go tally up all of your guys' scores from both games and see who the winner was. Okay, and the winner is Group 2. You guys win. Good job, guys. You all did so well today and participated. I'm very proud of you. So, to wrap up our lesson of Farmer Duck, let's review a couple things. So, start here. So let's go over what kind of happened in the book. So, the farmer was lazy and the duck had to do all the work. The animals got fed up with it, had a meeting, and then chased the farmer away. But we know that in real life, this wouldn't be ideal. We would have, obviously, equipment doing all the farm work, but a person operating it, it's a lot less manual labor. We're able to produce more crops this way and be productive with our time, and it's a lot less tiring. So I would love if you guys could line up in one line and come and tell me one thing that you learned from this lesson, from the book, anything you found important from today. Okay? All right, all the boys and girls have given me their reflection, something that they found important from the book or whatever we talked about today regarding Farmer Duck. And that is the end of the lesson. Thank you.